Hi everyone, supermarket skincare today. I know that lots of you don't want to make non-essential orders while we're in lockdown in our various places around the world, and so I thought that I would do a little recap of some of the good things that I found when I was doing my supermarket sweep videos. And I've also been researching online and digging into my notes for things I've used previously from various supermarkets, just in case you want to pick up your skincare if you've run out while you're doing your food shopping, whether that's online or in person. So lots of these things are really affordable as well, which I know will please many of you. I have to apologise in advance, two things. First of all, if you hear screaming kids in the background, that is because they are here 24/7 with no break, and I just have to sort of just get on with it. If I'm going to film, just get on with it. They're watching something at the moment, which is good, something called Miraculous on the Disney Plus channel, but they could burst into argument at any time. Second apology is that I've had a bit of a prolonged absence, but again, it's just because what the hell are we supposed to do? So that's why I think I haven't done a video for about 2 weeks. If you do want to see more content, I'm over on Instagram at Model Recommends, and I film lockdown diaries every couple of days on there, and it's a lot more informal. So if you're after just informal content, that's where to go. So, supermarket skincare. Now, most of the supermarket aisles, apart from maybe Aldi and Lidl, are dominated by the skincare giants. So Earle and L'Oreal, Garnier, which is part of L'Oreal, and you've got Nivea, Neutrogena. There are a few, just a handful of really, really big brands, and they tend to be the ones that you see over and over and over again on the supermarket shelves. And they have brilliant products, but I don't want to be too repetitive with this video. And also there's a problem with this in that a lot of the products that I want to talk about I don't have to hand. A lot of them I've tested and finished and just haven't repurchased because I've got so much other stuff to test, or I did have before the lockdown started. And so I'm just going to refer to them, and I will try to link everything below, or I will give you the names, because some of them you can't, you just need to get them in store, so you can't really link to them. Now, the biggest problem I've always found when I was doing my supermarket sweep videos is cleansers, because I like a really good thick balm cleanser that sort of melts down to an oil, and I find them really, really hard to find in the supermarket. The thing that I would be looking for in your particular supermarket is either a balm cleanser, but I really don't see them that often, or a cream cleanser, so it's nice and thick and creamy and not drying. Even if you've got oily skin, I would just steer clear always of these gels that sort of foam up and leave your skin feeling really squeaky, because they can be really, really drying. I know people love them, especially if you've got spot prone skin, but they can really dry your skin out, which is just all round bad for it. You don't want to dry your skin out, whether it's oily or dry. So I always find the cleansers are a challenge. Now, none of this really applies, this video, to Waitrose or Marks and Spencer's, because Marks and Spencer's has got a huge beauty offering, and Waitrose has also got really quite a lot of variety. I'd say the next best down would be Sainsbury's. We're going to go into Sainsbury's in a second. But in Waitrose, you can find things like the Veleda Almond Cleansing Cream, which is beautiful. That's the one that I would go for there. Cleansing is so important, that's why we're going straight in with that. And in Marks and Spencer's, you're just spoilt for choice. They've got so many luxury and affordable brands that it's almost like you could just go through my website and my videos, pick a cleanser, and they would have it. They've got Pixie, they've got, I think, Alpha H now. So we just need to take those out of the picture. I'm not really counting them as a supermarket, Marks and Spencer's. So in Sainsbury's, the one that I'd go for would be Super Facialist. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful brand. Pretty much everything they do, I've loved. They've got a pre-cleansing oil, a rose one as well, which you can massage on and feel very, very posh. If you want to do that, it's not completely necessary, but it will really, it's almost like a replacement to a cleansing balm. You're just not melting it down, but it will really get off stubborn makeup and sunscreen and things like that. So that's a really nice one, but this creamy cleanser is gorgeous. Can't rate this highly enough. Even way years before lockdown, I've done reviews of this and included it in favourites and that kind of thing. It's really nice. It's not too horrendously expensive at all, as you'd expect in a supermarket. Another brand that they have in Sainsbury's is Balance Me, which is a bit of a coup, I have to say, because Balance Me also do amazing skincare. So this is the Balance Me Cleanse and Smooth Face Balm. If you can get hold of that, it's a lot more expensive than the Super Facialist, but it's gorgeous. It's more up there with your premium skincare rather than your high street offerings. In Tesco's, the one that I would go for, which I did have, but I finished it off. I thought it was really, really nice. And now I don't have one to show you, and I'm not going to make an unnecessary trip, I'm afraid. They have a range called I think it's called Cosmeticism. It's all very plain white packaging. I tried the serum too, which was really nice from there. And they do a cleansing cream. And again, it's in a tube like this, and it's quite a thick cleansing cream, and you use a warm flannel or muslin cloth or washcloth to take that off. That's the one that I'd go for from Tesco's. And as I said, Waitrose, you're kind of spoilt for choice. If you're in ASDA, I can't now find this online, but this is a really, really good dupe for Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish. And this is the hot cloth polish, and it's the NSpa range at ASDA. And most of this range, I think, is really quite solidly nice, and it's so inexpensive. So that would be one to look out for. I must check with them whether it is available in store. I don't know why it's not online. Hopefully they haven't discontinued, because I'd have thought this is one of their key products, really. So those would be my cleansers. Just aim for the creamy cleanser. Waitrose do an own brand as well. That has a creamy cleanser if you don't want to spend very much. Whatever your skin type, that would be the one that I would be going for, just to be safe, okay? While we don't have that much choice, go for the creamy, because it just suits all. A really just quick and easy eye makeup remover would be the Garnier Express 2-in-1, and that also takes off waterproof makeup. It's a dual phase, so you make sure you shake it up before you use it, but it doesn't leave my eyes feeling irritated, and it's very quick and effective. So that is cleansing, kind of in a nutshell. If you wanted to do a little treatment step, maybe you've got spot prone skin, or you want to do some kind of glycolic peel or something like that, you're slightly restricted. At Waitrose, you've got Nip and Fab, and they do brilliant pads and also liquids in bottles that you can wipe over and swipe, and it's just a leave-on peel. I think at Waitrose they might also do the retinol from Nip and Fab. We're just going to skip retinol for this video, because I have to be honest, I haven't tried that many very sort of low price retinols that I've got on with that well. So we're going to leave those out of the equation. I'm afraid we're just doing cleansing, serum and moisturizers. However, if you have got spot prone skin, I think that these are really good. I would use them in targeted areas and not all over, because you can find them slightly drying. There would be other things that I'd probably choose if I could, if we were widening the search net, but these are really good, and they're widely available in the supermarkets. And it's the Clearasil Rapid Action Pads, and they're basically just salicylic acid soaked into a pad, also got alcohol in, but lots of these pads tend to. And just wipe it over and leave. Okay, so you don't need to rinse it off. And the salicylic acid is really good at getting right down into the pore and keeping them clear. If you have blackheads, again, they're really good at targeting blackheads, but it's just a very reasonably gentle way of trying to keep spots at bay. So those would be the ones that I would look out for. I think they're a really good buy. They're not too expensive. So let's go in for serums. And again, you're kind of spoilt for choice if you're shopping at Waitrose. They have loads of different types of serum. I think they've even got Neal's Yard remedies and brands like that. If you're at Sainsbury's, again, you've got the Balance Me range, which is lovely. A serum that you're probably going to find widely available, I would go for a hyaluronic serum if you're just wanting something to boost your hydration, and you probably are going into the warmer months. You want to keep it very lightweight. The new one from L'Oreal is excellent. This is the Revitalift Filler Hyaluronic Acid, and they've made it really potent. So nice high concentration of the hyaluronic acid. and it's just good for grabbing onto that moisture and holding it in. Always follow with a moisturizer, but you should be able to find that at most supermarkets. They might have a much more inexpensive hyaluronic acid serum. Just that's what you need to keep a lookout for. And if you're going for one of the sort of the bigger reputable brands, then they will have a nice formula because they'll have tested it to the nth degree. So that's a good one to look out for. To follow that as a night cream, have I got that out? If you can get hold of this, I've rated this for years and years and years, and this is the Laser Renew Night Cream. It's also L'Oreal, and it's the cream mask, and it's a really bouncy, plumping night treatment. Doesn't have anything else in it. It's not like a retinol cream or anything like that. It is just for plumping. But where's it gone? The serum plus that is an absolute dream. Other moisturizers, I really like this Simple range, that they've got these boosters that are really, really nice and they target different things. But this is the calming moisturizer, and if you can get hold of this one, I think it's really lovely. It's got hemp seed oil in it. It was Nadine Baggett that recommended this to me, and I actually just like the really sort of basic no frills packaging. But you get a good 50ml in here, so as much as you would get in, for example, that. So it's just different types of packaging, I suppose. But I really like the Simple moisturizers. I find them very effective and efficient and no frills, but they just do what you want them to do. This is a very no frills routine. Okay, so we're just cleansing thoroughly, getting that hydration in with a serum, and then sealing it in with a moisturizer and just leaving the skin very dewy and lovely. Very uncomplicated, very inexpensive. Other moisturizers that you would look out for, if you're in ASDA, again, you've got NSpa, and they do a moisturizer, a day moisturizer that's really quite lovely. And if you're in Waitrose, they have, as well as Neal's Yard Remedies and Veleda, they have This Works. I don't know whether it's in all stores, but they definitely have it online. And This Works do a nighttime moisturizer that does have retinol in, and it's lovely. It's pricey. They also do an eye cream, and that has retinol in. But I tested it years ago. I think they've reformulated it and made it even better quite recently. But if you are shopping at Waitrose and you do want something more potent, you don't want to have to order from another beauty retailer, you just want to get your stuff with your food, then I think they've changed it, but it used to be called No Wrinkles Night Cream. Don't know what it's called now. I'll look and I'll put it in the description, but it's a really, really nice one. So basically, if you can find some of the things that I've mentioned, I think you're onto a really, really good roll. You should be able to get the hyaluronic serum or something very, very similar to this, and a Simple moisturizer in pretty much every supermarket, apart from Lidl and Aldi. I know that lots of people talk about their beauty offerings, and I must get onto that. When lockdown is over, I will continue my supermarket sweep videos and test a load of stuff out and let you know what I like and don't like. But I'm afraid I couldn't, with any kind of authority, talk about Lidl and Aldi in this video because I just simply haven't tried that much stuff from there. And I know that people talk about, they've got a caviar, I think it's called caviar face cream, that's supposed to be lovely, and lots of other stuff, so you're probably spoiled for choice there. But I don't know, and I can't get there to look. So I'm going to list all the things that I've talked about below. One thing I haven't covered is sunscreen. I think that might have to be a different video. I do in fact have quite a few supermarket available sunscreens here, but I've only just started working my way through them, so I need to give them a bit more of a try. So maybe that could be a follow-up video. Who knows? Let me know what you think. I'll put everything below. But yeah, check me out on Instagram if you want more informal content, and I'll see you in the next video.